The Earbuds Podcast, presented by Headliner Music Club.
Holidays, dog.
This is why we can never get these things going on time. All right, let's get this. Let's just start the show, okay? Welcome to the Earbuds Podcast, episode number 15 and 5. I don't know what you're doing in the background, but thank you, man. Thank you for being here. It's brought to you by Headliner Music Club, and it's the holidays, so welcome everybody. Hopefully you're enjoying time with your family and you're eating some good food and some good gifts and everything like that. We have a special guest today, DJ Five Venoms from Miami. Yeah. Thank you for being on the show, man. We're gonna get into we're gonna get into your segment in a little bit and just say what's up to everyone real quick. We're gonna talk about Kendrick Lamar's new album that dropped actually after we were done recording the last episode, so we're not that late on it. All right, I'm just gonna put that out there. Sneaky Slappers, what's your favorite hip hop records that are making a comeback right now? And then what's the scenario? Big stages. You know, we'll get more into that as the show goes on, and your edit submissions and 10 questions with Five Venoms. So we're pretty pumped for that. Big shout out to Dex, Velvet Hoss, DJ Ajax, Blaze Vegas, DJ Stump, Fashion, Bella Fiasco, nice. Dirty Darren, Josh from Bodega in Chicago. I told Josh I'm gonna give you a shout out, so there you go, Josh. Thank you for listening, man. And then Five, you got some as well, right?
Yeah, shout out to DJ Joey, Marty Rock, Fat Fingers, Ease, Odeo, aka Audio, Neil Jackson,
the Hamburglar.
Everyone we all hung out, with in New York. It was a DJ convention that night.
It was.
Cool. Thanks for the invite, guys. That was.
I actually. Speaking of which, I like to give a shout out to CLA for never calling me when she was in New York. So I now know what Jersey feels like.
Left out.
I don't like it. I told her, I was like, I'm gonna blast you on the pod. This was last night.
No way.
I was like, wait, you're in town? She was like, oh, I just landed back in Vegas. I'm like,
oh, I want to shout out to Five. Happy birthday, man. I know we're a week late,
happy birthday.
We have to celebrate. Yeah. So big happy birthday.
A lot of December birthdays, you know?
Yeah, man. You look.
Wait, what was 9 months prior? What was 9 months prior to December?
9 months prior to December. You're just walking when he was conceived. You're asking.
No, I only asked. I only asked what 9 months prior to December was.
A lot.
You brought that up.
Nick Ferrer's birthday is coming up.
I think that's March. Was it March? No.
March.
Is it March?
I think it's March.
Damn, I'm good. Well, happy birthday, Five.
Thank you.
And then I noticed you guys, just going around the room, you were in New York, right? Like you were talking about with Neil and everything. How was the New York party? It looked great. I felt definitely FOMO on that.
Besides eating a shit ton, we went to Mulberry after Ruby Rosa popped in. Small little, what would you call it? Just like a dive. Is a micro nightclub, a mini club bar.
Ultra
just call it New York. It's New York.
But I love it. Like we walked in, it was like packed to the fucking brim. Like walked in, the bar was packed. It was a little dance floor and they're just playing disco.
Yeah,
just straight disco. It was so dope. And
like old disco records and not like disco, remixes or anything like that.
Yeah, just so you know, Jersey, that's Taylor Swift's favorite bar in New York.
Oh, no way.
Why you got to point me out? I'm not the Taylor Swift.
That's your demo.
Is this if this is how you want to do the podcast today? We can, man. We can. Right in the first.
I woke up today and I
minutes.
chose violence. No, I'm just kidding.
It's the holidays and this is what we're gonna do.
Cool. Yeah. So, dude, it was all disco, and then the minute the DJ played something like fairly new, it was something from the 90s. It was like the All American Rejects record.
Yeah.
I just saw them in concert. Sorry.
Somewhat like the whole.
Shut up. All right. Never mind.
But yeah, like the minute the DJ plays something fairly new, that's like what, from the 90s, right? Late 90s, 2000s? No, 2000s, early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
The dance floor dispersed. And then she brought him back with disco. I'm like, holy shit. Then we went to Little Sister, and that was,
chaos.
All new rap.
Wild.
It was packed too. New York is a Great place, man.
It's still packed out in New York, right? Like the clubs and everything.
New York is known to have a lot of people in it.
Okay,
Just
good.
So you know, Jersey. We will always be very busy.
Nice. All right, Five Venoms. What you got? I know you just did Rolling Loud, right?
Yeah,
over
just
the
finished
weekend.
up. Yep, 10-year anniversary. Yeah, for this past weekend.
No.
Crazy,
Nice.
crazy.
Did you play like did you just do one set or did you DJ?
So I did 3 sets this weekend with guest artists. The Friday I had Bree Biasi, Shauna Red, T-Rel, and Zion Marley on my set. And then Friday was an impromptu set they just threw at me. So I gathered all the artists that were at the festival that weren't performing, that were just hanging out, and put them on stage. It's like Zoe Dollars, yeah. E Chapo from Atlanta, Derek Milano, a few more, and then Sunday morning I actually did a Christian hip hop set. So it was a bunch of Christian rappers that we opened the show with on Sunday morning. So it was like the first time.
I didn't even know that. There's Christian rappers.
Yeah, like
is it big? Is that like a big?
It's really big. They're just in their own bubble. So like they have a huge following, but it's like the mainstream doesn't really know them. Like we know Lecrae, Andy Mineo, KB. Like there's a few handful guys that kind of like are known by the mainstream, but there's a whole lot more. So gave those guys opportunity to hit the stage on Sunday. Went over really well.
It's kind of like Creed, right? Creed's Christian. Yeah. I mean, I know it's not the same, but Neil, don't even say anything. All right. Anyway.
I don't have to. I'm sure the listeners are like, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
all this checks out.
Thanks, man. Neil, what you got going on, man?
Well, I'm like deep in holiday event month right now. Like I got one right after this, but so yeah, I've been like, I'm in New York where we're slammed with it just seemed like every company known to man decided that they wanted to do holiday parties. Sorry, I'm like trying to adjust my volume and talk at the same time. But yeah, that's basically what's going on in New York right now. Everything is like piling up as far as like holiday events.
Nice.
So
is the bagel ball still happening?
The bagel ball?
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is.
I went to Christmas one year and we stumbled upon a bagel ball, and Jesse Marco and John Boy was DJing with the Fat Chew. It was pretty wild.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I didn't know that that's what it was called, but yeah, I believe that's like every year. That's pretty much every year. I think. It's
Can't
just
wait.
not.
Do you get bagels at it? Why do they call it bagel ball?
I think it was just a Jewish race.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's a Jewish thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
that's cool. Hell.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. I'm what else do I got? I'm gonna do my little self promotion here. I did
What you got?
I did Bodega in Chicago over the weekend. It was a lot of fun. It's a smaller room, but it's like,
Oh, yeah.
have you been there?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in West Loop.
Yeah, I
from
day
John Boy over
drank there, like outside on the patio in the summertime. For like,
Yeah,
I
they
was
have like a little
8
taco
hours.
stand. It actually, Venoms, Bodega's from Miami, or that group.
Bodega, yeah, the club.
Yeah, it's like a club, but it's like a taco
Club
spot
that has
too.
a taco in the front. Yeah, and you go in the back, and it's like a club in the back. Yep.
Yeah,
Wait, isn't there something out there called Is it Taco Cat?
Yeah.
Coyo
No,
Taco?
that's in Coyo. Yeah, I think Taco Cat's in Orlando.
Coyo Taco's also
Coyo.
a club, no?
Yeah, Coyo's in Wynwood out here.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like the tacos in the front, club in the back.
Yeah. It's a small room, but it's a cool vibe, and it actually feels. I've noticed, like, I don't know if you guys have, but like a lower DJ booth, it makes such a difference in a room compared to being up on like a podium or a higher stage. Like that lower one, the energy is just fucking
Right there.
raging. Right, yeah, it's like raging right in front of you. I'm like, okay, cool.
They must have moved that in, right? Because it used to be like up top. hidden.
No. Bodega has a really. It's not that high. Like the ceilings aren't high or
Or
anything.
you play upstairs or downstairs?
Bodega only has one floor.
Oh, I'm tripping. Then what spot am I thinking
There's
about?
another Bodega, but that's in River North, and that's a completely different group and everything. The Bodega is in West Loop, is like this back room. It's like a speakeasy. So next time you come, you know what? I'll show you. So yeah, I did that. I'm going to Boston tomorrow, but by the time this thing comes out, I would have already been there. So it was a great party. It was a great set. People were wilding out there. I love Boston. Shout out to everyone, and thank you for making it such a great night. And then Salt Lake City coming up this weekend, which would be the 28th of December. So I'm excited to be back out in Salt Lake.
Nice.
Wait, are they welcoming you back in now? You're good. You're good
after the Subaru comment. Yeah. It's I was penalized for a little bit, but they're welcoming me back with open arms. I think
you guys gotta let them know that Allie, your other half, wants a Subaru, so you're game.
Yeah, I kind of. It's a very safe vehicle. You know, I applaud her on that. That's good. Let's go into the charts real quick. I gotta get off of this. All right. Kendrick Lamar, he dropped his album right after we did our podcast last episode, so we're just catching up on his records. But on the HMC charts, he has TV Off, obviously, and then Peekaboo. You guys never heard of that one, right? Or you did hear it? Or
did
no?
I haven't played it out yet.
Okay. What about what's Dodger Blue? Is that another one?
Yeah, it's probably the.
Anybody have like a top?
I haven't played that. He sampled the what's it called, the singer, the Mexican singer that did.
They did the anthem
for
at one of the Dodgers
right?
games. Yeah. That's like the first or second song I think on the album.
Yeah.
All right. So, but I mean, everyone's just playing TV Off, right?
Squabble Up. Off.
Oh, Squabble Up's going off really well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What about Luther?
End of the night.
I mean, I haven't played it yet, but I definitely want to. That's
I played it at Sidebar last Sunday. Yeah, people sang their hearts out.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys make sure you get those on Headliner Music Club. Billboard's top 10. It's all country, or not country. Christmas right now. It's all Christmas music. So
you want it to be all country, but
no. Why do you keep saying that? I'm not like. You're putting me in this box, and I feel
no. You're putting yourself in that box.
Because I saw All American Rejects. Is that why? Is that?
I mean,
all right, we're just gonna move on from that side. TikTok trending right now. Glorilla in Sexy Red. What You Know About Me is a trender, and Steps Rock. Have you heard that song? The song's called Rock by Steps. STEPZ. No. Okay. Well, it's like number 2. So I don't know if that was something that's trending. And then the Apple Music City charts, it's all Kendrick across everywhere in the country. So those are the biggest records right now. I want to talk about Rolling Loud, man. And I think it was a 10-year anniversary, which is massive. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And
congrats, man.
I noticed that Owen Wilson came out for Travis's set. That was all over like social media. I didn't get to catch too much about it, but I mean, tell us about the festival and like the lineup and everything.
They're shooting a movie. They shot a movie at the festival, so it's Matt Reef and Owen Wilson are the stars in the movie. So it's going to play into the storyline, I'm assuming. And but yeah, like this is our 10-year. Travis Scott, Future, Travis Scott, Playboi Carti is our headliners. We had some crazy production this year. Someone was on fire during the Future set. Travis Scott landed on a helicopter in the military truck.
Was the person supposed to be on fire, or did something go wrong? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
That was like the first time. So like that has never been done at a concert before. They've done it obviously for like movies and stuff.
I said it at a stunt show at Universal.
Yeah.
That was cool.
So like it was the first time for a concert that someone was set on fire on stage on purpose. And
just some DJ is gonna set himself on fire and be like, "Yo, it's the new movement, man. We're all just setting our shit on fire."
That's when content has just gone like way overboard. I'm like, I'm out, dog.
No, that was like that club in Miami that brought a horse through. Remember? And people were like,
Mokai.
they were so pissed. Yeah, and they were so pissed about that.
Yeah, Mokai. That was a little. That place wasn't even that big.
That was a long time ago. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead with
Yeah, so we had Don Tolliver had the Ball of Death, where he stood in the middle while motorcycles spun around him.
Travis Scott the circus. Yeah. He stood in the center of that.
Yeah, while singing, while the motorcycles were going around him on the stage. It's kind of crazy. And then motorcycle. Yeah, then the helicopters, the military. Travis Scott came in on a military helicopter, and there's a helicopter pad at the Miami Dolphins Stadium at the Hard Rock. So he landed over there. Then they put him in a military vehicle to drive him to the actual stage where he performed. And then Playboy Carti present like a new show and played some of the new music off of I Am Music, off the new project that's going to be releasing. Dope. So it was pretty exciting.
How was the Playboy Carti's new tracks? How was it received by the crowd?
Oh, they love it. They like anything Carti does. It feels like his fan base just loves it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I always tell people, it's like some people don't get it. It's about, he makes it for his fans, and I think he makes music for the shows. Like a lot of times I'll listen to like those projects when they come out, and I'm like, I don't get it, and then I see it on the stage, and it makes a lot more sense. Like it's made for the festivals and the concerts and everything. So that's why those fans are so passionate about him.
Who is the wildest fan base out of I guess out of all the artists that you had at the show? Like who is like the rages the most, or just has the best energy?
I'd probably say Travis. Carti is a close second. Yeah, but top like two, Travis, right? Yeah, Uzi's right up there too.
Uzi.
What about Yeet?
Yeet also. I think Yeet is kind of like in that lane though too, where it's not for everybody. And like if you get it, you get it. If you don't, cool. But like I think Yeet's up there as well. We actually had him in Thailand a few weeks ago, where Carti had to cancel his show with us in Thailand, and Yeet was actually over on that side of the world, and we were able to get him there and headline our Thailand show out there, which was pretty dope.
Nice.
Oh,
that went well.
He just happened to be in Thailand.
He wasn't in Thailand. I think he was like in Dubai, but he was close enough to get there in one day. Yeah, that's so it was just like he was close enough to get there in the time to like. I think he literally like walked on the stage like straight from the airport, like getting there right in time. And,
that'd be the best phone call to get. And be like, yo, man, I just need you in Thailand in 24 hours. And be like, all right, let's go.
Pretty much.
Pretty that's much. When you're doing things right when you get that call.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Hey, well, we're gonna dive more into the Rolling Loud Festival and your part in it and everything like that in your segment coming up. So Thank you for that part. I want to talk the Kendrick album real quick. It seems like a crazy project because everyone, even out here in Chicago, like people are, I think Kendrick used to be kind of more of a West Coast artist. I don't know. I guess you can say that, but obviously he's branched out. But all of his songs are just going huge here. What about you, Neil? How is that working in New York?
It's all right. I mean, that's about it.
All right, forget anything I just said. Because
sorry, I'm like, dude, if I could tell you, like, if you see my whole situation right now, I've got like 4 different things going on, all podcast related.
Oh, I was like, are you booking shows as we're talking right now?
So I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. Okay, so Kendrick's kind of going. What song's going off in New York? Would you play right now?
Mad Kids. I didn't hear Kendrick at all when we were at Little Sister.
That's why I said it's all right. Like you could play TV off the second half, Jerzy. Yeah, just so you know.
I asked that question.
Squabble Up is the thing is like it's a very West Coast sound, and like there's not a lot of West Coast sounding tracks here. That it's very few and far between. So I feel like people are still on Not Like Us. Like that still hits. You know, Squabble Up might be a little tough because it's still kind of like that Bay Area LA sound, and like it's not heavily embraced in New York. So it's not anti-Kendrick. They love Kendrick, but it's just not a club sound.
Well, it's an energy thing too, right? I feel like New York always had more aggressive energy in their records, and West Coast kind of had more of the laid back. Just
I always break it down like this. It's like East Coast, if you're going to go anywhere, it's sort of like how LA, San Diego, and San Francisco all kind of use they use each other's sound, and that kind of blows up on the West. But for us in New York, we've got the South. We've got Atlanta, we got Miami, Memphis, you know, even borderline Texas. Like we get all of our sound. Like if we're going to change, if in the clubs, if we're going to use any sort of sounds, it's going to be from down there. It's not going to be from the West Coast.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
What about Miami? What Five Venoms is that the Kendrick stuff? Does it translate over there, or is
Yeah. I think we got a lot of tourists here too, and but I played TV off this weekend and it went crazy. The second half, pretty much starting it there with the mustard. Not Like Us always goes as well. I haven't tried any of the other records club wise, but I know also like there's a lot of like Drake affiliations when it comes to Miami. So some of the DJs are friends with Drake. They're not really going to play Kendrick.
Oh, no shit. That's wild.
Because they're like Young Money DJs or so on. So like, you know, they're not they don't have Not Like Us, or they're going to play, you know, TV off or anything. So they kind of pick sides.
That's crazy. I didn't think that they would be like, I mean, I think that if it hits a hit, right? So then, I didn't think they would be like, no, we're going to stay with, stay with our team, like, and be like, no.
There's a few DJs that, you know, that, like Drake is a regular in Miami. So they have kind of allegiance to that part with Lil Wayne and everything versus versus that part, that thing. So, about what's it called? Goes off the TV, off the.
Nice.
But do you think that might be because it just went so viral? Like, there's
with the mustard
like
part?
crazy.
Yeah,
and it's not necessarily
it's viral.
Song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that mustard part is super viral.
Mustard.
No shit.
People were making videos to it. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just thought it was just a popular song and they liked that part. I didn't know that was like viral. I guess, yeah. Damn. All right. Well, cool. It's good to know. All right. I wanted to talk about real quick micro clubbing. It's a this is like quote unquote a new term. At least it's I don't know. It's popping up. I'm seeing more and more of it. But this is the definition. Let me just read this real quick, and I want you guys to kind of give your input on it. All right. Micro clubbing. A full club experience that starts earlier and ends earlier, typically before midnight it ends. It's intimate, smaller capacity rooms with high quality sound system and lighting. So they're not skimping on anything. And then an opportunity to connect with other music lovers and artists in the community. So I think more or less it's just a smaller version of a big nightclub, and they want to be home in bed by 12.
Sounds more curated too, right?
Also sounds like happy hour with a dope sound system.
Yeah. but it's in a dark. But I think the differences between that and like a brunch or a day party is that a day party is usually in a something they have windows or something like that where you get the daylight in there. Yeah. The videos I'm seeing of these are like basements, so it feels like middle of the night, like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and these people are raging. But they started at 8 p.m. and then they're out of there by midnight. And look, I don't know if this is like, I'm seeing more, and I think you guys are seeing it too, that like more and more people are just not willing to go out and they don't want to stay out past a certain time or whatever. This might be a good fix for that. And then it's kind of like, well, if we got them at midnight and they're having a great time, how many people just at that point, it's like, all right, now let's head out to the club. If you got them there early. I think for every nightclub, it's hard to get the people there early. So I don't know, maybe that could be a new trend that's coming around, that like, if you're an owner or a promoter of a nightclub, it's like, hey, why don't we do an early party and then see if that we can just bring that to somewhere else or something like that. I don't know. I thought it was something that I can see going to other cities right now.
I mean, remember like back then, like going early to the club to get like the first hour open bar. It was like you're like a contest winner. But no, I did actually did a party my girl threw. It was a 2000s party, and they started at 7. And it's like a kind of private, like just invited all her like network things she's in. And yeah, I played 2000s music till like 11 and it was done.
Did people want to keep raging afterwards, or they just wanted to go home at that?
Well, they actually, the venue brought in a DJ after for whoever wants to stay, but all the people, some stayed and some cleared out, like went home. I went home, went to bed.
What about Five Venoms? Do you think that microclubbing? What's your thoughts on microclubbing?
I think it'll work in certain markets. I know like here in Miami, you'll have places that open earlier, kind of like the pregame spots. So like they'll go do dinner, go hit these like club lounges real quick, get a few drinks before they go to like the big clubs or something like that. So there could be a place for it. I think it depends on the vibe you're going for. Like if you're an early person, if you don't want to be out super late and you're looking for something early, I think it definitely works.
Yeah, Neil.
Yeah, for us, it's if this would have started. I mean, this is just my take on it, but if it would have started like maybe 3 years ago, 2 years ago, coming out of the pandemic, then yeah. The only reason why is because people weren't really like accustomed to staying out till 4 o'clock in the morning. But as of now, because it's funny that you're bringing this up, because I thought about this like last week, not about micro clubs, but how it reverted back to pre-pandemic. Now it's like these scallywags will stay out till 5. We're still doing after hours. Seriously, we'll do. I mean, there's more after hours now. There's just as many after hours as there are. I hear about more after hours now than I ever have before.
But the difference is I think what they're trying to do is get a crowd that doesn't, you're speaking to a crowd that likes to go out and go to the party. I'm not talking about that group of people. I'm talking about the people that want to hit yoga on Sunday morning.
Well, we also have, I don't even know if it exists anymore, but we've had that for a while, but it's actually not the time frame you're talking about. We had Daybreaker. Do you remember that? Does anybody remember that?
No, I don't know about that.
Daybreaker was actually like a promotion team that would jump around from club to club and throw parties at like 7 a.m.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, and then we got 7 a.m. parties, then we got happy hour, and then you're going right into the clubs. There's no like really in between that I've seen. Jesus. There's no really no in between. Happy hour will just go till about 10. You go get dinner and you go hit the club.
Yeah, I think there's like a group of people, and I maybe I'm just speaking for people that I've been around, but like, now that they're either married, have kids, or or they have a full-time job, and they're like, yo, I don't want to be hungover on Sunday. I got a long day or whatever, but I want to go out. Like they still want to go out, right? Yeah. Or spenders even. Like, a lot of spenders kind of got to that point where they're like, I don't want to be out past a certain time, or it gets too late now or whatever. But now if you go, hey, I have friends that are personal trainers, and they're like, I have to be up on Sunday. I can't, just stay out till 2 o'clock in the morning. But now I think there's like this group that you can actually get them out. Like in Chicago, we have St. Patrick's Day. It's a huge, huge holiday out here. And everything is open, starts open at 9 a.m. and it kind of ends around like 7 or 8. And then some people piggyback, like they'll go home for a little bit or just stay in the streets, just throw up everywhere. But then they'll try to make it to like the nightclub later.
Jesus.
No, dude, it's a shit show. Like if you ever come out here for St. Patrick's Day, it's the wildest thing you'll ever see. And it never was like this.
Chicago is crazy, yeah.
It was never like this 10 years ago. Now, like even flying in here, because I had to leave town sometimes and I would come back, the flights are super expensive, hotels are sold out. It's probably our busiest weekend other than Lollapalooza, St. Patrick's Day in Chicago. But I had so many more people on my guest list that wanted to come out, not because it was St. Patrick's Day, it was just because it was a day party. And it was like, but like, I think I played at like 5 p.m. until 7. And they're like, yo, we're gonna come out for that. I'm like, yeah, that's why. And then the club was like a night. It felt like the energy was there. But it was just daylight still outside, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we have like a few of those, but it's like not. It is very rare, actually. My buddy Matt Asante had Sunset Saturdays that followed Lavo Brunch, but really, like that was like one of the only ones that I know of out here. Everything else is just like happy hour dinner club, because your dinner's already leaning towards later in the night anyway. So it's kind of like the dinner is like the break before you.
New York's so different too, man. You guys didn't like. Remember when I was playing out there? It would be like 1 a.m. People start coming out. I'm like, this is so wild. But cool. All right, guys. Let's go over. I want to just talk about songs you're playing out real quick. Does anyone want to kick this off? Anyone got some?
I mean, mine's very short. Seriously, like I haven't. Maybe I'm probably slacking.
It's kind of a dead time though. It's no one's really
okay. Then I'm not tripping.
No, it's not. Yeah, it used to be fourth quarter. Traditionally, was always the busiest time to put records out. Like when I was doing radio, it was like you get the Beyonce and all the biggest artists because it's right before the holidays, and you would purchase records and CDs and stuff as gifts. It's not like that anymore, and I feel like you get bigger pushes right before summer because people want to work those records and tours. But anyway, go ahead, Neil. I'm sorry for that.
For me, it's TV off the second part.
Does anybody play the first part?
I think on on stream I see it because they'll do like the original sample into like that, the drums, whatever. But
is it the same tempo, or is part 1 and part 2 the same tempo, or do they switch it up? Like,
I think it's the same.
I believe it's the same tempo.
It's the same. Okay.
Yeah, and weirdly enough, Sabrina Carpenter, Bad Chem. That's all right.
Both mine.
Well, Bad Chem is actually getting the better reaction out of the three.
It is, yeah.
So those two.
But it's kind of a slow song though, isn't it?
It's a sing-along.
97. So you can, speed it up.
But like, you guys don't play any remix of it or anything?
Nah, the original version.
I was actually talking to somebody that works at one of the clubs that I play at out here, and they were like, a house version of Pink Pony Club or something rather. But I'm like, those songs are so big, you kind of have to like let it go, even though it's like, even though they're like dramatic, there's like this huge build up, and it's almost like I feel like Pink Pony Club is like the dreams and nightmares.
I love
that
girls.
Never mind.
Never mind.
I know you do, Jerzy.
Yeah. No, I really do like that song.
But like, those are songs that are so big that you just got to let them roll. Original.
Yeah, I can see that. Five Venoms, are you playing Bad Chem or Pink Pony Club at Rolling Loud? I just
no.
Okay.
No.
Got it. All right. What? Any new records you're playing right now?
Probably TV off. I'm not even sure if it's new, but I just started playing Don Toliver and Kodak, Brother Stone. I started playing out. Yeah, I've been like going back and seeing records I missed, like Worth It with Don Toliver and Offset. I've been playing a little bit more. Real about it, just the normal.
Is there a record at Rolling Loud that just like, I feel like certain festivals, there's like that one record that everyone, you didn't expect it. Is there something that's going off right now at festivals, or like that maybe that group of like concert goers like really is into? Is there a certain something? Like Finito was always like a record that wasn't on the radio, but that's just it's a festival record, and I feel like people, and it's a club record, but kids go off on it, or people just go off on it.
Yeah, there's always like "Look at Me" by XXX Tentacion. Like that's like a go-to of a festival. Like you cannot go wrong. Like the Sheck West, pretty much anything Sheck West, Travis, some of the new Future stuff off the mixtape. Too was going because his whole theme for this past show was the mixtape Pluto.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. I got some of that in my thing too. All right, cool. I'll just bounce off of what you just said. I got Future Lil Demon. Is anyone playing that?
I am. I mean,
Okay.
it
See,
does
Neil?
well.
See, yeah, I know it does.
What do you?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what website you read this off.
No. Little Demon I like, and Glorilla Let Her Cook. I don't know. I think it's starting to bubble pretty well.
Wait, are you doing the other single from her?
The What You
From
Know
that
About
album?
Me?
What you know?
What You Know? I don't know. I think Let Her Cook is What You Know the newer one, or Let Her Cook the newer one?
I think What You Know is the first one off that album.
Yeah.
And it also went viral on like TikTok.
I don't know which one's bigger between those two.
That's the pop, lock, and dropping one, right? Or
Yeah, that's what you know.
Yeah.
And then the other one was it Pop Lock and Drop It, or is it Lil Boosie?
or one of those.
The Bootsy, it's the Wipe Me Down.
Yeah, it's Wipe Me Down
yeah,
sample.
yeah.
Yeah. So I had that, and then I got a question. This was I didn't play it, but I wanted to ask you guys. Wicked is a massive movie, and is anyone playing anything from?
There he goes again.
The only reason, no. Okay, because Neil said he played Let It Go on our one episode, and the only reason I'm asking, look, I saw Wicked, it was really good, but what I was gonna say is that it's charting. Not only is it charting, but it's also on, like, they're given airplay on radio. Did anyone try to drop a song from Wicked in their room? I know it's not gonna be a Rolling Loud thing, but like,
first off, we have to give him some context on why, because I heard Venoms go, oh wow. The topic was, I don't want you to be thinking that we're just throwing this out there randomly. The topic was sing along show tunes.
Okay.
And everybody named a bunch of songs, and I was like, oh, Let It Go from Frozen.
Yeah, it's a good one. Like,
oh my
you
god,
play it too. See, I didn't.
no,
think
I
that
haven't
was
played
real.
it. I just know like everyone knows it. So like if you are going to play one, that's probably a go-to.
Well, he said so hold on. Just for context, he said he plays it in the club. He's like, everyone sings it. I'm like, I don't know if I can do that.
I have played it, and everyone sings it.
You played from the one, like right from the beginning,
Yeah.
and then you just played all the way out.
Yeah, it's that.
I feel like
big
I
of
would lose
song.
a job for that. Like
They
they would
were
just
that big of a song.
no shit. Okay, so I'm not crazy to think the Wicked is no one's playing that though.
Not yet.
I'm gonna tell you that song.
All right.
I wouldn't know what was playing.
Oh, okay. There's popular. Anyway, 5-1. Just give you your records you're playing out.
Well, I had TV off, but I guess the Nova edit part
Yeah.
That's a
two.
good one. That's
so
a
That
very
is
good one.
a really
Dude.
good one. Good job, Nova.
It's amazing.
Finally.
Yeah. He's talking
gonna
about
be
Nova.
so mad.
No,
Nova comes up
nobody.
with some great.
Yeah, he does really good edits. I had Bad Chem. For the house side, Stephanie Clooney. Are you guys playing that?
Oh, I just heard it.
It's the Young MA.
Yeah.
Oh,
record.
the remix. Yeah. Or he
Holy
sampled it.
shit,
Yeah.
it works. It is definitely
Clooney. Okay.
Stephanie. All the ladies, all the booth bunnies sing along.
I'm writing these things down. All right, go ahead.
Dirty Cash, Pulsa. That's like on the house side. That's really big record I'm playing. So yeah,
Dope.
that's for me, man.
Ones to watch. Neil, this is your segment. You can kick this one off.
So okay, I'm gonna kind of bounce around this. AP Dylan and Ira Star, Bora Bora. It's an Afrobeat track.
Ooh.
I've been getting like a couple requests here and there for it. I hadn't mentioned it because our buddy Davey D sent it to me, and I loved it. But then now I'm starting to get requests for it. Flow in My Bag is a good kind of R&B hip hop ish. I would probably play it in the beginning. And like and you guys can hate me for this all you want, but Jack Harlow has a new single out called Hello Miss Johnson. Very jazzy hip
It's
hop
chill
track,
though. Yeah.
but it is so good. It's so good.
What do you
but-
play? Where do you play that though?
I don't. I'm just saying it's so good. I'm saying ones to watch.
Dude,
That's
there's
the
somebody like
topic.
listening to this podcast right now. They're like, "Yo, I got this," and then you just threw him a curveball, man. You're gonna mess him up.
that's what I'm saying. It's just something to watch.
Were you
Like,
watching Let It Go when you decided to play it too? Is that
And
what are we
trust-
doing here?
And that shit hit.
Okay.
And Lola Young, Messy. I randomly got her. It's a 17-year-old girl in the UK, but last week I got that request 3 different times from 3 different places.
Really?
Yeah.
She was on a Cash Cobain record, right? Or no?
Tyler the Creator record.
Oh.
Yeah. But,
Are you guys playing any of the Tyler stuff?
Just in the car, man.
Just Sticky.
Yeah, Sticky.
How do you start from the 1 on that? Because I didn't know it was like he talks it up. He's like it's kind of a weird song that like you don't blend, you can't blend it, you know?
No. There's certain songs that you just throw it in there.
But I know, but it starts so quiet is what I'm trying to say. Like, where do you know,
it's when you get on
like
a whisper. Tyler the Creator.
Yeah. All right, so you guys just play from the jump, right?
Yeah, I played.
Well, I was gonna call you. I was like, how do I play this record? I
just drop it on the one.
I can't find any intros.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know what the fuck. I'm like, this starts out really flat. All right. Five Venoms. Any new stuff that's bubbling that you see?
Bubbling. Man. D-Lo. Well, D-Lo right now, that Twerk record is really dope.
Oh, Bossman D-Lo?
Yeah, Bossman, yeah. And then
that one did really well in San Diego.
It's new, right? Brand, like pretty new, right?
Yeah, it's pretty new.
A little,
yeah, a little bit.
I feel like Bossman just kind of drops songs like every month at this point.
Yeah, like, well, they just dropped the album this past weekend, the D-Lo Curry.
That's what it was.
The whole project. Yeah. I think that's it, really. That been playing out. That's been bubbling up.
Five, what do you got?
I thought we did it already.
Did you?
Oh wait, that was the other segment. Hold on.
This is episode 15. Five's just learning the segments right now.
I don't have much. Have Nikita the Wicked. The song's called Your Body. It's like a UK garage type of vibe. I just been listening to it all week. It's a crazy ass record.
Nice.
More on like the house side, and it's super high energy. Nikita the Wicked. Be on the lookout.
All right, I got this record. It's called it's older, but A$AP Rocky just jumped on it, called Big Dogs. It's a remix.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's by Han Newmankind.
Mankind. Yeah.
That track super viral.
Yeah, it's viral, but like, did you guys ever play the original? Or I mean, the beat's kind of hard, and then the A$AP Rocky version that just came out, it sounds good. Like,
yeah.
So
they performed it together at our Thailand show.
Oh no,
for the first time. Yeah, so they like pretty much.
Where's he from?
Rocky.
India. Yeah.
Hey, wait, is he from India or he's American? But
I think he's from India.
I think he's from India. Yeah.
Actually requested. They requested like Bhangra Indian music when I was playing at Tao, and Ashley dropped that, and that shit went off. Like,
I didn't know he was Indian until I was doing research on this, and I was trying to figure it out. And I mean, it's good to know, to have another one in the arsenal.
I played it at Lucy's, and it did really well.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm on to something here, is what you're saying. You're giving me some credit here. I'm slowly getting better.
You're getting there.
All right, what's the scenario? I'm going to let Five Venoms take this one first, because this one I came up with was, if you're opening up for like a club or a festival for an artist, what are some of the hype records that you would just kind of touch real quick, get on the mic and throw into another song, not play the whole record out, 10 seconds, next record. What are the ones you're going through?
I mean, it depends. Like, I go to a lot of like classics when I do that, as far as like we were talking about, like Look At Me, Bobamba, Chuck West, Rick Ross, BMF, Future. Oh man, Future. Fuck Up the Money, and Waka, Hard in the Paint, like those type of records. Just turn up a bunch of energy running through those records, playing the intros, jumping to the next one, blending into the next one, and then get that energy really high.
Cool. That's exactly what I was looking for. Five or Neil, you guys want to take one of these?
Man, I kind of had kind of the same set, but yeah, just run through like all like the classic recurrence, right?
Yeah.
The Wakas, the Future, Same Damn Time, or even when I was opening for Tyga when we were doing EBC and Win stuff, I was just going straight like 90s, DMX, T.I., all that stuff. So
Goes over
basically,
well,
yeah.
Neil Jackson.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
for me, this one I was like having a meltdown because I was like, "There's so many artists to open up for."
Yeah.
So
I know,
I
yeah, you
like tailor
texted
my
me, you're-
stuff. So I don't know if this list is gonna make sense, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. Stop Breathing, Playboy Cardi, Ken Carson, Fight My Demons, Skrilla, Kodak Black, No Stylist, Destroy Lonely, Tell 'em, Cochise.
You went
Wow.
deep.
And if I
Jesus.
went one more song, it would be Saw Baby Viking.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not going to go after Neil anymore on these things because I'm going to get wrecked. This is terrible. Fuck. All right. Well,
But I'm
Who
just
are
like
you-
trying to get people to mosh. That's
And
basically
who are
it.
you? So this like you're opening up for like
I just
Like,
based
say,
it
like
off
Ferg
of
or something?
the
Like-
Five Venoms being at
yeah.
at Rolling Loud. Like, what would I do at that
Yeah.
festival? That's what I would probably
Okay.
do.
Yeah, that was pretty accurate.
yeah, mine's like opening up for like Ariana Grande. Like this is very, very different type of set.
Taylor Swift style,
This is
Ariana
why
yeah,
I stared
Grande.
at
Thank you,
that
next.
section. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I
There's
may
so
just
many
skip this one,
ideas.
guys. I'm going to move on to the next segment because this is going to be really embarrassing. So I'm just going to go on to your edit submissions. It's not good. I'm not going to win this one. All right. So thank you to everyone that submitted their edits. Gordon Ross, FWB, DJ Manny, Broadway. And I know if you guys want to submit edits to Headliner Music Club, you could submit them to us and we'll review them. And if we like them, they'll be put up on the website. You can send them all to earbuds@Headliner Music Club. Just send a link or send a Dropbox link and we'll go through them for the next month's episode. With that being said, I got the Mac Miller versus Alice DJ Pickle Loud Steve Spin Better Off Alone remix. So congratulations, man. That was really good.
Nice.
Anybody else?
I had DJ Manny's Ocean Drive edit. it's the what was it called? The Muvete
I'm glad
Camilla
you
edit.
picked this part of it.
I'm not
Kinda
the
like
one pronouncing the Spanish records ananymore. So thank you. I'm good.
I mean, that was a
Muvete
very good
Camilla
edit.
I like that one a lot. It was kind of like Amapiano, Moombahton in a type of edit. It's kind of
Yeah.
vibey. It's got some energy to it. And yeah.
And I also had DJ Manny's Ocean Drive,
Oh, it's so cute.
and I'm not going to repeat the rest of it because Five did
Well, I
it
have
for me.
an honorable mention. Leon Thomas Mutt.
That was a good
FWB
one
remix.
too.
That was
Yep.
a good one.
I
So,
have an honorable mention too. I wanted to say the Broadway. It was that Neil's gonna give me shit for this. That Hinder remix. That Hinder song was it called like? Is it called Lips of an Angel? Or what's
Yeah.
that? Hinder. Yeah. Anyway, I really like that song. But that was my honorable mention. And I just want to, speaking of mentions, I want to say if you guys are not a member of Headliner Music Club, I don't know what you're doing, but you can join for 50% off your first month with the code EARSpaceBuds. So make sure you sign up for that, and then you can download these records we just spoke about. There
Wait,
you
I
go.
got one more.
Oh, hey, welcome
Yeah,
back.
Gordon Ross, Diamonds and Cashmere. That edit was sick. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
dark. It's on the darker side of like a house track. So, but it was dope. Like he kind of fused Yin Yang Twins in between it. It was actually a very good one. It's a darker house track though.
Dope. All right, cool. Let's go to Sneaky Slappers real quick. Throwback hip hop records that are making a comeback today, and then / Christmas stuff. We'll throw one Christmas song in there. So I guess the idea of this was basically what are some ones from maybe the early 2000s or 90s that are just kind of popping up randomly that are doing really well again. Does anyone want to take this first?
I got like a nice little list.
Go.
The Fanatics, Don't Drop That Dun Da Da.
Oh wow.
Was that on yours? Don't say that was on yours.
No. That's a West Coast song. That
It's
didn't
West
hit
Coast. Cashed Out. She Twerking.
Oh wow.
I like that one. I play that still. Yeah.
Nick Ferrer sent that in the chat. I was like, oh, because he was going through some charts and shit. I was like, I'm using that today. And then it's not 2000s or is in the 10s. YSL, Gunna, and Playboy Cardi. Might have been a mixtape joint, but
Oh, I don't know that one.
one of the Blackpink girls was like cruising around, like listening to it. And
Were you with her?
Cool.
No, it was on like TikTok.
Oh,
And I was like, what song is this? And the song started popping again. So
oh, nice. I'm gonna go before Neil. So I just remembered when you said that Wobble, that Wobble song.
Wobble? Like
Yeah.
like the line
Yeah, the
dancing
Wobble.
by
wobble?
Vic
I
or
feel like that's-
VIC.
yeah. That song never left.
I don't think
I
it
mean,
left
like,
either.
yeah, because
Oh, okay. Well, I just haven't played it in a long time, but
like the openers in Vegas, like for the open format spots, like they play Wobble.
okay. So I got Wobble. I got
Cupid Shuffle?
Shut up! How did you say? Shut the no way! What are you trying to say, man? What are you trying to say?
Really?
No, I'm dead serious. Cupid Shuffle was my next
No
one.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Have you not played Cupid Shuffle in the
We
club?
do.
Are we going for like line dance? Is this
No, we're not
Sneaky
going
Slapper
for line dancing. It was just
It's
a
actually
thing.
been getting a lot of remixes lately. Like
Yeah, thank you. It's been going off really well, and everyone kind of does the dance.
yeah.
I've done it in Vegas numerous times too. It goes off really well. I mean, Vegas is kind of, but 50 Cent PIMP
I never
and
really stopped playing that. Yeah.
and Chris Brown T-Pain Kiss Kiss.
Oh, yeah.
There you guys go. Five Venoms. I'm gonna let you take the next one.
What I got? I got Buy You a Drink, T-Pain. Hell yeah, fucking right. The Drake and Wayne. Let's see. I got the what was it? I have Holy Grail, Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake. That one goes really hard.
You play that straight from the beginning, where
straight from the beginning, just
where
drop
he's
out,
talking.
They sing it.
and they sing
what I
along, and then the
I
drop.
gotta add that. Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
you guys still playing Jamie Foxx records? I
Yeah,
feel like
well,
with the whole
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
What Jamie Foxx records?
dude, he has so many.
With Kanye? I mean, or I'm saying, what other Jamie Foxx records by himself?
Blame It.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
That's
alcohol.
But
That's Jamie Foxx with T-Pain.
Oh, that's
Blame
his
It
record.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Yeah, it's
T-Pain's
Jamie
record.
Foxx. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no shit.
I tried
Unpredictable.
slow jams a little while ago. It was
How'd that
okay.
go?
It was okay. It didn't catch that hard, but it was okay.
All right.
All right.
We're cooking. All right, Neil.
Made in Tokyo. Oh, I'm saying this right. Made in Tokyo, Uber Everywhere, featuring Travis
Oh, yeah.
Scott.
That's a good
Club
one.
Going Up. I Love McConan.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Young Thug, Pick Up the Phone.
Nice.
Lollipop did really well. Random. Like I was like in a whole like little Lil Wayne pocket, and I threw that one, and that was actually the biggest one.
Yeah.
I dropped this on the one. 21 Questions, 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay, just letting you know. Just like it's the strongest when you drop it on the one.
You drop a lot of things on the one.
I'm with
The
hip
New
hop.
York
You
way.
kind of have to.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, do you echo out, or do you just like? I'm just the only reason I say that is because if you go drop on the one, drop on the one, drop on the one, it kind of for a second it made, if you drop something on the one, sometimes there's like a dead part in the beginning.
I usually drop certain things on the like 21 Questions. I'll echo out and just hit that one because it's from that moment on, they know exactly what song that is.
Yeah.
And it's what is that? Guitar riff? What is that?
A lot of people do trick mixing with that too, like creative mixing to bring it in. So
like that's almost like kind of like the build up right there, and then when it kicks in, it makes people go off. And I've actually been doing this whenever clubs ask me for a birthday song. Birthday Dog, T-Pain.
I never even heard of that.
Yeah.
Really?
Is it new? It's not new, right?
Old.
No, I never heard of that.
It's
Shit.
Dude. Well, the one thing is like I've realized there's not a lot of guy birthday songs.
You know what we're doing next month? We're doing a birthday list of birthday songs that you're gonna
There's
drop.
not that many.
Is
It's all female.
Is my
driven.
dog birthday?
Yeah, that's it.
It's my dog's birthday.
That's wild.
I don't know if this. All right,
I
this
just
is
write
new.
birthday dog and it like pops up. Well, hold on.
Yeah, it's called It's My Dog Birthday. It's pretty.
It's
fun.
called It's My Dog's Birthday.
It's My Dog.
Oh my god. I don't know why you saying it just sounds terrible.
I feel attacked on this episode. This whole episode, just since we started, I just feel attacked.
It's my dog's birthday.
It's my dog birthday. It's my dog birthday.
Is there not an S? All right, I mean, let's
No
move
S.
on. Hey, you know what? Five Venoms is put up with us for about an hour now, so let's get to his segment real quick. 10 questions with Five Venoms. Hey man, thank you for being here and thank you for dealing with us.
No, thank you.
You know, we had a little bumps in the road till we got to this point, but we made it. And thank you for doing this and everything. I just want to kick things off with, for people who are not aware and familiar with your history and your background, where are you from? How did you get your start? You know, I guess a little background about your journey.
So grew up in South Jersey. Started DJing when I was young. My cousin was a DJ and lived in Virginia, so I go visit him, and that's kind of like where I caught the bug for DJing. Played drums in a band for like 5 or 6 years before I actually started DJing after high school, and then I ended up moving to Orlando to go to Full Sail, and that's where I really picked up my DJ career. Worked with DJ Q45, used to host Rap City back then, so I learned a lot of like the etiquette of DJing and traveling and networking and everything through him. Eventually moved, built my career there. I met the guys from Rolling Loud before Rolling Loud, and started DJing their shows, their concerts and everything. So I pretty much built my career in Orlando for the most part.
Nice. How did you get? So, I mean, you kind of briefly touched on the Rolling Loud thing, and I think that's something I want to explore a little bit more because Rolling Loud is such a massive. It's. I mean, at this point, I mean, I think people just. It's probably what would you say, the biggest hip hop show that's in the country right now?
Yeah, well, yeah, we're the largest hip hop festival in the world. So we've have our Miami show is our flagship show. We done shows in New York, LA, Oakland, in the Bay, Portugal, Thailand, Australia, Germany, Vienna, Amsterdam, or Netherlands, actually. Yeah.
With Rolling Loud, I mean, how did you? You basically said you met the people and stuff like that. Would you say just right place, right time, and just they said, hey,
I was
and also
DJing.
explain your role, because I think if people are not familiar with like exactly what you do when you're for Rolling Loud and stuff like that.
Yeah. So how I met the guys was I was DJing for an artist named West Fifth in Orlando. They were doing one of their first Currency tour, so they had booked Currency. And they did a tour from Orlando, Tampa, and Miami. They had booked West Fifth because West was like a bigger artist in those markets. So they used him as like a marketing tool and to draw in more fans. So I had met them. I seen what they were doing. They were kind of filling a void for the type of artists that they listened to weren't coming to Florida. So a lot of times they would go to Atlanta and just go straight through to New Orleans or go to Houston. They were skipping through Florida. So they started booking a lot of artists to have them come down through Florida. And that's how they built their brand. At the time, it was called Dope E&T. Rolling Loud came up from another void of there not being a hip hop festival. They were looking at a lot of like the EDM festivals like EDC, Ultra, and there wasn't a hip hop festival version. So they're like, okay, well, we're doing these shows. There's a fan base for hip hop. Let's put together a festival. So they did the first Rolling Loud in 2015. 2016 we sold out 14,000 people, and then 2017, which is what I call like our flagship show, was the one that kind of put us on the map with like 40,000 people at Bayfront, was where they do Ultra at. So we grew really fast, really quick. That same year in 2017, we did a show in San Jose, and we did a show in San Bernardino also. So those were the two first shows that we did outside of Miami. And then it kind of just grew from there. Me getting the space as the Rolling Loud DJ kind of, it was, I wouldn't say it was the right place at the right time, but it was just like my initiative of being there and being responsible and showing up on time. And like I flew myself out to like the first show. And like Tarek, one of the owners, called me like the day of the show, like, yo, I need you out here. I'm like, yo, I'll be there in like 10 minutes. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, I just flew myself out here and got my hotel. So it was like those type of things. And then, they've just been locked in ever since. So I've been blessed, travel the world, DJing. It also opened up doors for me to, have residencies in Miami, Live and Story, Komodo, like a lot of the big rooms, 11. And it just helped blow up my DJ career being a part of Rolling Loud.
Very cool. You kind of spoke on Rolling Loud traveling now the world after from 10 years in Miami. Now you guys are global. What have you guys? I guess I don't know if you can 100% speak on the artists that you book in other countries, and maybe what's the listening experience? Or like what's the audience's? I'm guessing they're not the same as Miami, right? In Thailand or Australia. Like, what do you guys usually kind of do, or what do you play differently?
So, majority of the time when we're building out shows overseas, it's actually the fans over there want to have the American experience. So, if we're going to Thailand, we're booking artists that are based out of Thailand or in Asia, but we're also bringing a lot of the U.S. artists that they don't get to see. Our first year we had Chris Brown and Cardi B headlining it. This year we had Lil Wayne and A$AP Rocky. So and Yeet to close out. So it's like they want that experience that they see on the socials, they see on YouTube, that they hear about. They want that experience. So that's what we're bringing to those international shows, are the U.S. artists. And we're booking local artists as well to put them on our platform, because a lot of times we'll book them over there and bring them to the U.S., like a Central C. So it opens up those doors for other artists that are not from the U.S. to come and be in the U.S. as well, and vice versa.
Yeah, I guess making you're kind of breaking down those doors in order to get to the States, and it's, and also the audiences and stuff like that. How do you stay, with the traveling and everything? And I guess so many different, if you're DJing in Thailand and you're still, you're hyping crowds up, you're doing all these things. How do you stay on top of, the latest music of what your audience or the audiences that you perform for want? Like, how do you know? You just listen, or what's the?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just like, staying in tune with the fan base, in a sense. Like I'm pretty older than what the fan base is 10 years later. But when you look at like a Playboi Carti, for example, he has a label, Opium. So like you look at like the lineage of like a King Carson, a Destroy Lonely, a Homicide Gang. So now okay, if you're playing for Playboi Carti fans, their records are also going to work. Vice versa, Travis Scott, and you got Don Toliver, Chef West, and those records would work. And it's kind of like you just build there. A lot of these artists are putting on other artists, and you kind of can connect that way and pick out your songs and your records. And then it's like different charts and things like that too. You're looking through playlists and so forth.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask what kind of charts, just to give the listeners or people are listening, are there certain charts or SoundCloud accounts that you kind of stay up on? You're like, hey, this is really good to know like what's coming up or what to play out. These records are.
I mean, like the SoundCloud charts, even on Spotify, like the similar artists. If you go look at that, like you'll see a lot of different artist names, and then you can kind of go down like a rabbit hole. YouTube is really good because the algorithms, if you're watching a Playboi Carti video, it'll go into other songs that the people listening to Playboi Carti are listening to as well. So it's like kind of like you follow that, and then you look at like tour lineups, because those are like kind of like the stepping stones of who the next artists are. So if you're looking at a tour coming through and there's 3 or 4 artists on there, that second artist is probably kind of lit also. So you want to look into their music and their fan base and so forth.
How do you sorry, Five, I'll let you do your thing, but one more question on that. But I have one more thing, because I'm trying to figure this out too, and I run into this problem a lot. I'll go over new hip hop, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying like, I feel like Rolling Loud always has a good pulse on what's happening, but like this day and age, I think it's more like people are putting so much music out and they're just trying to see what's gonna stick, right? Yes. How do you know, or how does Rolling Loud, like, or just, you kind of have to filter things, right? So just because someone put a record out and it's a big artist, it may not stick. How do you know that's the record? Hey, it's got legs, or we'll just give it a minute before we play it or anything like that. I think, how do you filter these records now?
It depends. Like, it's kind of like the same as a club. If a record doesn't connect, like when you first play it, you might try it a few times, and if it doesn't connect after that, it's kind of like, same thing. The crowd, like, you'll get the reaction. If they know it, if they like it, you're gonna get that reaction really quick. I remember when I first started with the Dope P&T guys, or the Rolling Loud guys, and I was going into it not understanding underground hip hop. I didn't know much about it. So when I'm playing and opening up these shows, I'm playing like a lot of 90s. So I'm playing like Wu-Tang, I'm playing Mobb Deep, I'm playing that type of music. And Tarek, one of the partners, he sent me like a folder of just like all this underground Florida music. One of those songs was Denzel Curry, Threats. And when I played it the first time, and they started moshing and jumping around and going crazy, I was like, oh, now I get it. Like, now there is this lane that these kids listen to and want to tap, that are that they want to turn up to. Not just like, they were cool listening to the Wu-Tang and everything, but like that's what they wanted to listen to. And so I had to go dig deeper and deeper on that end.
I think that's the hardest thing for DJs in general. It's just knowing that, like, this is what you got to tap into with audio. Like, you can't look on a chart. You can't, like, it's almost like those records that, like, I think, Neil, we spoke on this on a podcast ways back, but it was like, sometimes like athletes like to listen to certain records in the locker room, and you would not know what these records are, B-sides, or they're like, things that, but when they come into the club, they're like, yo, you got this record. I'm like, I've never even heard this thing. Is like, what is this? But then you play it and that whole table goes off. And I think knowing those little, like, like you said, you do your research, you see what they react to, you're going to get the right answers at the end of the day for those things.
I mean, for me, with when I'm looking for like underground hip hop, usually, I have like a group of people that I talk to that are pretty heavy in that stuff. And then there's also, like, with YouTube, you could kind of almost see it, like with related artists, if certain things are streaming at a certain small pocket of time and they're hitting a certain number, it's actually very familiar. You may not know it, but like a lot of music is consumed through just like YouTube videos. It's that. And then one of my buddies actually put me onto like a couple of Spotify accounts where they're renaming songs, like some random artists, but it's like Playboi Carti drops a track, but it's like named something else, like Adele Hello, or something random, and it's like
something
Playboi
that
Carti.
I would search for, is what you're saying. And then
no, but it's like, it's not a song that exists. It only exists in that playlist. And there are certain things that I'll listen for in those profiles too, and you'll know immediately who it is.
Did you tell me, were you the one that told me that, like, I don't know, it was like YouTube is this place for like the hood records come out on YouTube because they don't have Spotify, right? Like, and things that or whatever. I'm just saying, like, there's things like in the prison systems, even like they'll have special ways that things start bubbling up in certain ways. So like radio is always, like, radio is still really important for a lot of groups of people that don't have internet or they don't have access to these things. So like,
well, it's just like
you know,
they don't want
that's
to pay for free streaming accounts when they could just go YouTube.com and then just pull up their favorite artists. And
yeah. So, but you were telling me that I think you were saying that like, you can see if these records are,
Anytime I was getting like requests from like, I don't know, a security guard or somebody, it's always a YouTube clip. And it's even like Indian rap. It's always a YouTube clip. And it's never a Spotify. It's never anything like that. It's always YouTube. So I just started going to YouTube and I started to see like their analytics versus Spotify's analytics are way different.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like NBA YoungBoy's a good example of that. Like his fan base consumes a lot of his music through YouTube versus DSPs, like the other DSPs.
That's wild to think that. Five, you go ahead. You got something?
I think I do, yeah. Are you noticing any differences between the club scene and the festival scene?
Oh yeah,
I mean, obviously, right?
Yeah, the festival scene is just a lot younger. And, you know, you're talking about like 16-year-old kids that all they do is listen to music 24/7. The club scene, there's a little bit of crossover now, like more probably so than before with like the Uzis and the Playboy Cardis. Obviously, Travis gets played pretty well in the clubs. Not so much like the Destroy Lonely stuff or like the real underground stuff, but like there's certain pockets that I can get away with it and play. But yeah, there's just a big difference. Like the etiquette of like the festival's mosh pits and turn ups and jumping around and water splashing. Like you could do that in the club, but it's probably not going to go over well with security for the most part. But you know, the bottle poppers and everything, they're listening to a lot of the same stuff. It's all energy, trying to get the energy out of those people on both sides. That's the similarity. I'm probably playing some records play well in the club that don't play well at the festivals, and definitely vice versa.
Is your new music, how do you balance the things out? I mean, I feel like the Rolling Loud has a lot of new artists, new music, things that are breaking. I think you guys can break a lot of records and artists. What's your balance when you do that? I mean, keeping things familiar, yet you still want to push the narrative of, hey, we want to break new artists and stuff like that. How do you balance things out, either in your DJ sets or a festival, like where it's not too unfamiliar, right?
So a lot of times I go with the familiar with my DJ sets, just because, well, there's two things with the DJ sets. One is I have to stay away from the artists that are performing at the show. So I have to look at the lineup and be like, okay, Future's on this day. I'm not playing any Future. I'm not playing this person. I'm not playing that person.
That's
I'm not
hard.
playing that person.
That is tough.
So, and it changes
per day.
each
You do it per day though. You don't do it
per day.
Okay,
no, not for the whole
okay.
weekend. Oh yeah, we were like, especially if you had like a crazy lineup, and it's like, I'd be stuck playing.
You'd be playing the Wicked soundtrack.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, per day, it's just like festival etiquette. You don't play the artists that are performing. Same thing in the club. Like if the artist is performing, I'm not going to play their records before they perform.
You'd be surprised how many people don't know that.
Oh my God. It's so funny that you would bring that up.
People do tribute sets. They do a tribute before the artist goes out.
It's like my biggest pet peeve. And like, it was
just
funny.
talking about this. That's why.
Yeah, I was talking with Trendsetter Sense. He's from mixtape DJ Trendsetter Sense. He used to road manage for Lil Jon, and I was talking about like how opening for Lil Jon is like one of the most difficult things as a DJ.
The same dude. He got mad at me. He got like upset with me. I had the same issue. We have the same agent, and like he got upset with me. Sorry to cut you off, but I thought I was. I mean, maybe I'm the only one, but he got upset because there was other songs that he produced, right? Yeah. And I didn't know. Like I think it was like Rock Your Hips or something. Was it Rock Your Hips? It was something. And he's like, yo, I
think for the Crunk era.
But it was like, I didn't know I didn't know that was his record, or like he produced it. And he kind of was just like, and I was opening up and I was just trying to keep it fun, familiar. And he kind of gave me like, he didn't get mad, but he was just like, yo, I produced that. And I was like, what? I was like, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's really difficult opening for him. Like, you're just going through it like, all right, did he touch this? Did he touch that? And it's like, he touched a lot of records. Same thing with like T-Pain. Like, you go, like, I play a lot of like, especially as like an opening set and songs that are good. Like those two right there for me are like go-tos. Like, hey, if I can't get any energy out of the crowd, just go to a John record or a T-Pain record and it works. But yeah, that mindset of just like trying to be relevant, play good records, and stay away from the records that people that the artists are on the festival is kind of like a just mapping out the set. It gets a little difficult the longer you get, because like you start playing like older records and more classic records. I feel the newer stuff can be hit or miss depending on what crowd you're playing for, who I'm opening for, or who what the artists are on that stage. Because a lot of times, like, if my job at the festival is like, if an artist is like missing a set, like they missed their flight or something, I'll go cover the set. But there'll be fans coming for the next artist. So say like it's a Lil Skies or something. So I want to play stuff that's going to be energetic to that Lil Skies fan base and be in line and familiar to them. But there's a lot of records.
How far you're just touching on throwbacks, and you also said that the festival crowd could be 16. What's technically a throwback? Like, I mean, if you're trying to, let's say the youngest is 16, the oldest maybe 30, right? What's your pocket that you're kind of staying in for throwbacks, like to connect with them?
Late 2000s maybe, because then you come to the realization that like 50 Cent is old school to these kids and Soulja Boy is like a classic artist to them. But like you see like, all right, they love Chief Keef. Like, you can't go wrong with Chief Keef records. You can't go wrong with Future records. You can't go wrong with Travis Scott records and Playboy Cardi records. And these guys got big catalogs now. So you go through those records, obviously with them not being on that day. But then there's like the underground guys like Puya, Suicide Boys, some of the rock, underground Rocky, A$AP Rocky records, A$AP Ferg. So there's a lot of different angles. Denzel Curry, Rob Banks, Fat Nick. Like, there's a lot of stuff that resonates with that crowd specifically that I'm not playing in the club, and that's not going to be on radio. That pretty much lives on SoundCloud. But all these kids, that's what they listen to, the SoundCloud.
Nice. Speaking of the club, can you speak on Venom and Friends? I know you got a party that you kind of do and stuff like that.
Well, that's my set at Rolling Loud. So Five Venoms and Friends. Okay. So that's where I bring out guest artists. So a lot of times, like, you could go to a market when we're building out the lineups. We drop our lineup sometimes like 6 months out from the festival. Sell tickets and everything. A month later, an artist could drop a record and it takes off. Well, we filled up the lineup already, but they give me an opportunity to be able to bring out different artists and showcase them and give them the proper look, especially in their market. Like in LA, for example, I was able to bring out Eastside K-Boy and Lil Veda, who deserve to be on the lineup. Zoe Sama. These guys that are really played in the clubs and have fans and are doing shows, but missed the lineup early because they weren't, maybe we didn't see them or they weren't like lit at that time. And then I was able to bring them out on my set. Also, like, different artists that I'm working with on music and friends with and so on.
Who should we, who would you say we should keep an eye on for 2025? Like artists?
Damn it, you took my question.
It was written down. What do you mean?
Oh wait, before you answer that, I do want to give a shout out to Bree Biasi. She's a dope artist.
Yes.
I've been like following her for a while down in Atlanta.
You're gonna shout out? She listens to us.
Well, she was on Venom and Friends.
Yes,
on Friday.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, go ahead. Dope.
Yeah, she's dope. Bree's fire. Did a couple records with her, and she's dope. She's super dope. What was the question?
Neil, do you want to ask it?
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, what's coming up for 2025? Any artists that you think? Yeah, like are there artists that are bubbling that you're like, you got to pay attention to this guy? He's got a big fan base.
Chow Lee, he's super fire from New York. He's like him and Cash Cobain were together originally, and they're still together in that sense of like they do music together, but they started together, but now they're doing like their solo thing. But like Chow, I think is super dope. He's killing it right now. I think he's gonna have a great 2025. Danny Towers, he performs like he's on tour a lot with like Ski Master Slump God. Who else? BK the Ruler. She's killing it right now. She's about to go overseas with Ice Spice. And I think a lot of guys that have just been killing it in 2024, like a Cash Cobain, Don Toliver. I'm looking forward to more music. Like I love Don Toliver right now. Like I think he's like the definition of what like this underground hip hop, but like crossing over into the mainstream. The music he's making is great. Like having a record with Charlie Wilson on it. That's fire. Like that's amazing. Like like him being that underground artist, but and it's such a good record and really dope. So I'm a big fan of Don Toliver.
Nice. All right, cool. Is there anything that you want to promote? Any upcoming parties, projects, collaboration?
Yeah, man. I have a new Christmas project that just dropped a few weeks ago called Christmas with a Good Guy. Yeah, Bree Bias is on it. What? Yeah. Yeah, dropped a Christmas project.
Hell yeah.
I have Rolling Loud, California will be in March. And I got more music coming. Catch me on the road, clubs, more festival shows. Yeah, just working, man.
You want to shout your socials real quick so people follow you?
Yeah, DJ Five Venoms, DJ Five Venoms.
Dope.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for doing this and coming on the show, man. We learned a lot.
You.
And thank you for putting up with us for the first half of the episode. Yeah, man. This is like, great.
He definitely thinks we're lame.
Nah, definitely not.
Yeah, we get that a lot though. So, yes, thank you so much for that. Everybody else, make sure you leave your comments, and IG, X, and YouTube will shout you out, and leave reviews too. We can use reviews, like good ones. Not like we have bad ones, but we could just use a lot of good ones. And make sure you send your edits to earbuds@headlinermusicclub.com. We have a merch drop that's actually, I know we talked about this for a long time. It's actually super close to coming. We just, wait.
I have to fix a few things. You're close to coming. We get it.
It's going to be here soon, as soon as we get the sample back, but we'll probably do that right after the new year. We'll get some things out to you, everyone. But thank you to Scratchy. Thank you to James. Thank you to Good Chill. And thank you to the listeners that are listening to this on YouTube and any I guess podcasting platform. We have playlists on Spotify that you guys can check out with all the records that we were talking about. There's a lot on this one, so if you missed anything, make sure you check out our Spotify playlist. And Five, you got a playlist as well
on Headliner Music Club. Five's playlist, weekly playlist, updated every week.
All right,
look out. What else? Fourth Meal Podcast.
You guys got another episode coming? You did a holiday one last time.
Every time we do a holiday one, we scrap it because something happens.
It's okay. So there's no holiday episode this year.
No holiday episode this year.
You know what? Really quick, I want to fill that void though. And I think we kind of missed this thing. We'll just go around. What's one holiday song that you're playing either in the club or out at a party or something? Neil, you want to go first?
Thank you.
I gotta throw one in, man, because we talked about this earlier.
This was a debate, and I said that there's no point in talking about this because there's only one that matters, and that's the Mariah Carey holiday song. I can.
It's not called the holiday song.
I don't.
What is that?
What is that? Kodak Black's Christmas song, dog. Come on, baby.
You had to follow that up with like a Elvis. Come on, baby.
Come on, baby.
Wow.
But that's the only one that matters.
I agree. But no, if you do a little the mulberry, you can play
A full set.
a full Christmas set, man. I would love
I got
that.
what was it? The waitresses.
The waitresses.
Yeah, Christmas
I love
rapping.
that one.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's so good.
It's so good.
Five Venoms, you got a Christmas record that
The Let It Snow, Boys the Men.
Yes.
hell yeah.
Hey,
All right,
Jerzy.
guys. Maybe we can end the episode on that song. The Boys to Men, Let It Snow. If James is listening or Scratchy's listening still. But thank you, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. And we will catch you in 2025. Thank you so much.
Oh,